We're live. So this is the first time I'm going live, and just kind of testing it out. Let's talk about the Saweetie and Migos situation. And should you expect a celebrity to be faithful? And can celebrities be faithful? Well, not really can they be, but is it logical to think that if you're dealing with a celebrity that they would be faithful? And the reason why I ask this is because if you look at all the relationships and then you see in the media, oh, these people split and this person split and these people split and this couple split, it's mostly infidelities. Like, these people really be breaking up because of cheating. So when I see young people, young, beautiful people with money, I say to myself, why did they think this would be forever? Why did they think this is something would be extremely solid? I remember when they showed the Left Eye, the story about Left Eye. Man, I miss Left Eye because she was a great artist. But they showed her story and they were talking about how her man had groupies and she had groupies. In everyday life, regular people who don't even have this many options can't even be faithful. Like, Maury has a show every day, and I'm about to call his show, to me, is called Cheats, or You Are the Father, or You Are Not the Father, because that's what his show is about every single day. So that means everyday people are dealing with this. So as a celebrity, if you take the average man over here, and this is a good looking man, make decent money, and you just times it by and he gets a lot of attention from women, regular people, and you times that by 10, 20. We're talking about temptation. We're talking about options. You have people willing to do things to you and for you that your partner is not willing to do. You have people willing to do things to you that you ain't willing to do. You're like, God, Jesus, what are you doing? And so what I'm saying is, you have a lot of options. Plenty of options, especially when you have money, you have clout, you have all these things. There's a lot of temptation. So is it safe to say that you should expect that when you live in that lifestyle, when you're a celebrity, when you're dealing with a celebrity, that you will be cheated on? And what should you do? I asked this question about what should you do because I'm a big believer in letting people cheat in peace. But let's be clear when I say that. I don't tolerate cheating, because I'll tell somebody right from the gate, if you cheat, I'm out. And I mean it. I don't give second chances, none of that. I'm out, because I told you. But you have people who go back and they go back and they take back. And, now the person cheated on 10 times, 11 times, 12 times, but they keep taking them back. But in the midst of taking them back, they're arguing, they're fighting, they're looking through phones, they're putting track, they're wasting a lot of energy on tracking and finding out what they already know. I don't understand why women do that. This man has cheated on you 8 times. You found out 8 times. Cried 8 times, you argued 8 times. 8 times he said he wasn't going to do it no more. 8 times he did it again. And so you, instead of saying, I'm going to leave so I won't have to deal with this, or I'm just going to shut up and go about my business and live I want to say stress-free, but not say stress-free. But some of the stress of you some of the energy and effort put into tracking and looking and finding out. I'm going to look through your phone and make sure you're not doing it no more. I'm going to track you. This is his ninth time. What changed? What dynamic in the relation changed to make him stop this time? You have to ask yourself that. What changed? If you look at it the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time, and nothing has changed except the constant fussing, arguing, and you checking and looking, what would make anything change? What would make anything different? And it's like you wanna beat yourself. I gotta know. Well, you know already. The only thing people do is now when they know that you're looking and you're checking, they're covering everything up. So you're taking the time, you're going really hard, you're doing the extra stuff, you're going in to find something, but they're covering it up. And in the meantime, you're doing that, you're still arguing about it because you know that it's happening. Even though you can't find no evidence, you know that it's happening because this is like the 8th or 9th time that it's happened. So you beat yourself up. You arguing with females. You're arguing with him. And some people would really rather go through this than to be by themselves or look for another relationship. I've even heard of women, I invested too much in this relationship. And I don't care if you invested 20 years into something. That's your foolishness. You shouldn't have stayed 20 years for that. But you did. But guess what now? Still never too late to get up out of there. And that's what's wrong with people. They look and say, oh, well, it was 20 years. You went through it for 20 years. Don't go through it for 21. Excuse me. You went through it for 20 years. Don't go through it for 21. You don't have to look at it and say, damn, 20 years wasted. No. No, you're free now. Forget about that 20 years wasted. Wasted on what? Only thing that's going to happen is 20 years of pain is going to turn into 21 years of pain. And 22 years of pain. And 23 years of pain. Why not nip it in the bud? Even if it was 20 years. Okay. Break free now. And then you can have the rest of your 20 years. You can have another 20 years. Not the rest of your 20 years like that. But you can have another 20 years of free. You either do that, or you can continue on until you're 30 years of sadness and hurt, and then you're gonna be like, I invested 30 years. I know you did invested 30 years, and you're gonna keep investing years, and still be hurt and sad and angry. So stop all this stuff about how much years you invested. Who cares? If the person is not doing listen, just count your losses and keep it moving. Look at it and say, you know what? Damn. I was dumb for staying these 10 years. But you know what? I ain't going to stay for 11. That's it. Don't worry about the time invested. Think about the energy you invested. Think about all the energy you invested and all the hurt and all the sadness that was invested. And think about the outcome. No happiness. Sadness all the time. So let's keep going to sadness because you invested time. So I invested a lot of time in getting my business started, and I wasted a lot of time. Not wasted, but a lot of the things that I was doing didn't amount to anything. I did a lot until I finally got to a point where the things that I was doing was amounting to something. And now my business is successful. So I don't look at it as damn time wasted. I invested all that time. You think I would look and say I invested all that time in doing this that took me nowhere, and I should still continue to invest my time in it, although it's taking me nowhere. But since I invested so much time initially, I should continue to be here. Does that make sense? It makes absolutely no sense. I could either stay here and continue investing time into something that's not going to flourish or not going to do anything, or I can go over here and invest my time in something else and not look and say, oh, I wasted all that time over there. I should stay there and continue to waste time. It makes no sense. So stop saying to me, I invested 5 years, I invested 10 years, 20, who cares? Invest in freedom now. Invest in not taking it to 20 years, 22 years, 50 years, 30. Invest in nipping in the bud now so you can start the next chapter. And I'm not saying if you're a person who, listen, I'm not telling you not to take your cheater back. Because some people are, how can I put it? I don't want to put it, and I don't want to sound like I'm bashing. I'm not dealing with nobody who's cheating. But there are people who do. So just let them cheat in peace. You will have less of a headache if you stop thinking about it. If you're going to stay with them, stop thinking about it. Don't think about it. When they're not home, don't think about it. Just do what you're doing. Go get a massage, smoke some weed, have a drink. I don't know. Do something. You can do that, or you can leave and have a better peace of mind. But if you stay, stop the call and looking through the phone, and because that's only going to lead to confrontation and altercations. And there's no reason to have confrontations and altercations when you already know what's going on. You can't make a person stop with doing what they want to do because you want them to. No matter how much you fuss and fight. And the fact that you still here, there, says you tolerate it. So the person that's giving you that treatment is going to continue to give you that treatment and continue to do these things until you decide to do right by your own self. And when you decide to do right by your own self, this person is not going to be able to put you in a place where you're hurting. And when I say do right by your own self, it doesn't necessarily mean leave your relationship because your man is cheating. Like I said, I can't tell everybody what to do for them when it comes to leaving your relationship. You might not want to leave even though the person's cheating. But if you know you're not going nowhere and you can't have it both ways. Put it like that. You can't stay with the person who cheats on you and have a quiet, peaceful existence if you're going to argue about it. You understand? It's either you're going to let them cheat in peace or you're not going to have a peaceful life because they're not going to stop because you keep arguing. This is the 10th time. Why would I stop? All you do is argue and then you go back to nothing. I do whatever I want to do and we just argue. This is the 10th time. It's going to be the 11th time, the 12th time, 13th time. Or you cannot say anything. And if it's something that you have to keep inside, not say anything, and you're able to do that, you should be fine. But if it's impossible for you to do that, that means you're hurting. And this is it's not a comfortable situation for you. The situation doesn't make you happy. So therefore, you should make your exit. If you're not able to let the person cheat in peace, you should make your exit. I'm trying to help people understand that people are going to do whatever they want to do, regardless of how you feel. And especially if you're tolerant of it. You may not like it, but if you stay, you're tolerant. So they're going to continue to do whatever it is that they want to do until they decide they want to stop. And this is where a lot of females go wrong. Men too sometimes. You think you can stop people from doing what they want to do. You can't. No matter how much talking, no matter how much arguing, no matter how much fussing, people are going to do what they want to do. And I'm out in 3, 2, 1. Peace, y'all.